Hey there, John. Well, it is a beautiful day outside the White House here, but inside we may be in for some tension, particularly between Trudeau and Biden over that Buy American detail within that electric vehicle credit. This is a part of Joe Biden's sweeping social spending package, and if it were to be approved by 2027, we are talking about a $12,500 credit that would be offered, but only to vehicles that were made within U.S. union shops. And that is what has Canada's auto sector so very concerned. The Prime Minister spent a good chunk of yesterday speaking with congressional leaders over on Capitol Hill, trying to say that this credit would be a job killer on both sides of the border. Even Doug Ford, the Ontario Premier, joined forces with Trudeau, saying that this is a priority for him as well as other premiers, and they stand shoulder to shoulder with the Prime Minister. Late last night, Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland had this to say about the tax credit.
The way they have formulated this incentive really has the potential to become the dominant issue in our bilateral relationship.
So the Three Amigos Summit has not happened since 2016, did not happen even one time while Donald Trump was president. And Joe Biden says a big commitment that he has to the allies is to try to normalize relations. And of course, that would include Canada. But in the face of all of this opposition from Canadian officials, where did Joe Biden go yesterday but to Detroit, to a car plant where he hopped in an electric Hummer, took a ride, and then when he was speaking, he mentioned the Buy America component of this credit specifically, certainly seeming like he is not backing down. And John, that could certainly lead to the sticking point here at the White House today.
Okay, not looking good as talks are yet to get underway, but what else are we watching for today, Chris?
So generally speaking, Justin Trudeau is coming here with three priorities. First, fighting COVID-19. Second, having integrated supply chains and integrated economies. And third, making sure that they address climate change. And we are expecting, through senior U.S. administration officials telling us that we are expecting concrete actions on these fronts. First of all, a vaccine swap is expected from Canada and Mexico in particular, heading to regional partners. We're expecting to hear something about that. We're also looking to see a pledge specifically on climate change and cutting methane emissions. Also, this North American Supply Chain Working Group is something that we're expecting to hear more about, and that is going to be a group struck to try to minimize the impact of those supply chain problems that we have all been dealing with, all three countries, over the last several months. So those are some of the concrete examples of things that these leaders are going to be agreeing to today, all kind of common ground elements, but there is expected to be a bit more tension, especially for Trudeau and for Biden when it comes to Line 5. Now, that is the Enbridge pipeline that goes from the top of Lake Superior through Michigan and over to Sarnia. Michigan wants that pipeline shut down, but Justin Trudeau says that it is critically important to Canada's economy. So you can expect that in the White House today, Justin Trudeau is going to raise that issue with Joe Biden. Now, the U.S. administration officials were not telling us, not hinting to us exactly what Joe Biden might say. However, they did say that Justin Trudeau and Joe Biden have a, quote, excellent relationship, and Joe Biden is looking forward to discussing any of the topics that our Prime Minister is ready to bring up, John.
And a lot for us to look forward to as well. Thanks for this, Chris.
Thank you.
CBC's Chris Glover, live outside the White House.